Nellie.
Lona.
Hi, Miss Lona. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing excellent. Welcome. Glad you were able to come out.
Me
And
too. Me too.
wonderful.
I'll be a pro by tomorrow, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
Okay.
Before we get started today, I need to ask you some questions. The first, most important, is there any physical limitations or injuries I need to be aware of? So your ankles, knees, hips, back, shoulders, wrists, neck, everything's good?
Yes.
Wow, I wish I could say that. Wonderful. Okay, good. So tell me a little bit about yourself. How long have you been playing golf?
Well, not real long. Probably 3 years ago, I took a clinic.
Okay.
Then I got West Nile virus that knocked me down a while. Yeah, that was just a crazy thing. And so then all my clinic friends passed me by, and so then I had to start all over.
Okay.
I've been trying, and I've come out here and practiced a little bit. This is not too far from my house.
Good.
Take a few lessons, but it's been this year I've just had my time. Because
Okay.
I play tennis
Wonderful.
all the time, and it's just hard to work it all in.
So you're pretty active.
Yeah, very.
Wonderful. You mentioned you've taken lessons. Were they from a professional?
Yes.
So you're familiar
Yes.
with how
Yes.
the professionals
Yes.
do stuff?
Yes.
Wonderful. Have you participated in any other sports besides now golf and tennis?
Well, no, I mean, I used to bowl,
Okay.
but it's been a while since I bowled.
Wonderful. Wonderful. So, if it's okay with you, I'm going to take a quick look at your clubs
Okay.
and ask you a couple of questions.
Okay.
First off, did you purchase these new when you started playing 3 years ago? Wonderful. Were they custom fit for you or
They said
recommended?
that They were where I was measured.
By the professional? Oh, wonderful. Most people don't do that, and it's so important.
Right.
It doesn't do any good to have clubs that don't fit you.
They actually had someone who had to make sure.
Awesome. Fantastic. And you like them?
I do. I do.
Yeah?
They sound good, but they hit right.
Oh, wonderful. Okay. I'm going to ask you to do some stretches. If anything hurts, please stop. Do you typically stretch when you go out and practice and play? Good. Again, it's just like when you were playing tennis, didn't you always stretch and warm up?
Don't you're gonna get hurt.
Exactly. Wonderful. If this hurts, don't do it. Okay? Let's go ahead and wrap your arms around it. There you go. Can you widen your stance a little bit? And let's just go ahead and bend a little bit. Good. Does that hurt?
This
Good.
actually feels sort of good.
Feels good, huh? Feel a little stretch there? Off balance? Does that happen a lot?
No, when I get tired, that's when I get
Off balance? Don't we all? Wonderful. And how about just taking it down here? Let's stretch your back muscles, your leg muscles. Does it hurt to twist a little bit? Feels good?
Yeah. Yeah.
Good. Wonderful. Wonderful. All right. So I see you have your driver in your hand. What would you like to achieve today? What's your goal today?
Well, I do this sometimes better than my irons, but I want to go straight
Okay.
and I want to go far.
Okay.
I mean, distance is what I like.
Okay.
In all of it.
Okay.
I like distances.
How far would you say that you hit your driver now, distance-wise?
Maybe 100 or so. I mean, maybe 150 if I'm lucky.
Okay.
You know, but it's not enough.
Okay. What do you call enough?
I want to go as far as it can.
Don't we all? Okay.
I mean, I know I can't go as far as the guys go,
Okay.
but some of my girlfriends now
Okay.
go pretty far, and
Okay.
I just want to achieve so that I'm not the last one always.
To hit the ball.
Yeah.
Okay. So you say you hit it about 100 yards now. Let's make it a realistic goal.
Okay.
If you hit it 100 yards now, how much further would you like to
Well,
hit in yards?
I would be happy to start with 150.
Okay,
picking up.
so we want to increase it
Yeah,
about 50
yeah,
yards.
yeah.
Do you feel that's a realistic goal?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
if I hit too much, it's not.
Right.
I get discouraged.
Sure, and you're setting yourself up to
like,
fail.
So like losing weight. You set your goals too high, you just won't
You
make
get
it.
disappointed, right? And then you don't want to do it anymore. So that's why we make a realistic goal. What I would like to do is I would like for you to take a couple of practice swings without a ball.
Okay.
And I want you to take a couple of swings, and what I'm going to do is look at you from a couple of different angles, and I want to see what your swing looks like and see what, if anything, I can help you with to improve that.
Sure, there's a lot.
I like that swoosh sound.
I did too.
Yeah. Ooh, that's a pretty swoosh sound.
See, I swished so much so I lost my balance.
Okay. Okay.
Now, why did I do that?
All right. Just take a couple more and I can make some suggestions for you. Okay. Again, a balance issue, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, do you feel that you swung harder because you wanted to hear that swoosh more?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's try not to swing so hard.
Okay. Oh, well.
That was pretty darn good, right?
Yes, it was.
Okay.
I
Okay.
didn't mean to be hitting that.
Okay, did you notice you kept your balance a little bit better? Okay, so let me make a suggestion here. I see how you're holding the club, which is really good. I see that your ball placement is really good as well. For balance, I'm going to recommend that you just take the toe of your left foot and turn it out a little bit.
Okay.
What that does is that as you bring the club through, because that toe is pointed out, it allows your hips to make the turn and you have better balance.
Oh, okay.
Okay? So just a little bit. That might be a little too much. Okay? Now let's try that same swing.
Is that supposed to go up?
Yes, ma'am. So it allows your hips to make the turn. Yes, ma'am.
That was better.
A lot better?
That was better.
You kept better balance,
Yeah,
right?
I felt better.
Okay?
That felt
A
better.
lot better. Another suggestion too for your balance would be to have the weight more towards your heels instead of on the toes of your foot. So just kind of bring your weight back a little bit.
Yeah, I got to work on that.
Okay? Would you agree that that's a lot
Yes,
easier for your balance?
That's a great tip.
Okay, so you're already coming comfortable with that, right?
Right,
So we
that's
don't have to
right.
worry about your balance
That's
anymore.
right, okay.
So now we can work on your goal of
Distance.
getting more distance. All righty. So what I'd like for you to do is just to hit a couple of balls, and let's see where your ball goes as far as distance. Okay, so you don't like that? Okay,
Very frustrating.
okay. What do you think?
That was fake.
Okay,
That was fake.
so is that pretty close to the distance that you hit
And I
to?
want to go further.
You want to go
Yeah,
further?
right.
Okay, so let me ask you this. When you're not playing golf,
Uh-huh.
when you're not playing tennis, what is your absolute favorite thing to do?
Well,
And it could be
I like,
reading.
well, no, it's like dancing.
You love dancing. Any particular type?
Just almost any kind of fast dancing.
Fast dancing. All right, wonderful. Okay. one more for me. What do you think?
That was better,
Okay?
but I still want to go further if I can.
Okay. And when you say further, you're still expecting 50 yards?
Yeah.
Would you be acceptable to maybe possibly starting at maybe 10 to 20 yards?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then once you become consistent with that
Right.
and get
Yeah.
comfortable with it, then increase
Yeah.
it so that your goals are achievable.
Right.
If you are here, but you want to be here,
Right.
and you expect to be here, you're never going to reach that goal.
Right. Okay.
So if you're here, let's make your goal here,
Okay. Okay.
achieve it, make your goal here, achieve it, and next thing you know, you're at your original goal of 50 yards. Okay, so let's just make it achievable. Okay?
And consistent.
Sure, sure. You want to be able to measure it too. So if you hit your driver 100 yards, let's increase it to 110 yards. Okay? So there's a couple of ways that we can do that. Number one is, if you allow me to hold this for you, if you can put your hands out like this, and what I'd like you to do is curl it. Okay. So you've got some arm muscles here, but not a whole lot here. So I would recommend, while you're sitting in your chair at night, watching television or something like that, do you have some weights? Okay. If you don't have weights, you can also use like a can of soup or a can of veggies or something like that. Turn your palms up and put them in your hand, and what I'd like for you to do is just curl your wrist. And what it's going to do is create your forearm muscles, okay? Because when you swing the club, you want to pull it down with your left hand. Okay, you see how I can literally swing the club with just one hand, right? So it's my forearm muscles and it's my biceps. I'm just pulling the club down. Okay? So if you could do the same thing, see if you can do it with just one hand. Good. Yes, ma'am? Just pull it down. Okay, so what it's doing is, well, you know, I'm not quite holding it up here, so you have to increase your muscles.
So that's what I'm working on, is getting it where I can do this.
Exactly, yes, ma'am. Build up those muscles in your arms. Okay? Next to having kids, these hips have no purpose, right? Well, we have found a way in golf to use these. And if you can come right over here, stand right here for me. When we swing the club, most women don't have the upper body strength alone to just literally swing the club without any hip motion. They're just using their arms. But they're not going to get very far because, again, they don't have that upper body strength. But what we want to do is we want to widen our stance and use our hips. So as we bring the club back, we want to turn our hips with our arms and our shoulders, and then pull the club down with your left hand, and we're going to drive our right hip into the swing and create that muscle, to create that power. Okay? So if you recall, when you were swinging the club earlier, I told you I heard that swoosh sound. Okay? Ideally, we want to hear the swoosh in front of the ball. So as I swing the club, you hear the swoosh? Okay, that's the fastest this is going through the air, right? We want it to be in front of the ball, okay? But I'm doing it with my hips. Now, what does that feel like? So if you will stand right here next to me, and I'll hold on to this. Actually, I'll put it right here. And I want you, if you would, grab the shaft with both hands so you can feel what it's like for me to swing the club using my hips and my arms. So as I swing the club down, I'm pulling it. And as I'm doing it, I'm driving that right hip in. So now try to keep this from moving. Okay? Okay? Right. You feel me pulling the club down with my left hand, and I'm also driving it with my right hand. Okay? So, what I'd like for you to do is hold the club as if you're going to swing it right here. And I'm going to do just what you've done. So I want you to bring the club to the top of your swing. Good. Let's widen your stance. Okay. A little bit more. Okay. Now, I'm going to hold it here.
Okay.
And I want you to pull the club down and drive your hip. Don't sway your body.
Oh, okay.
Just drive your hip. Good.
Okay.
What you're doing is creating power. And you're also using your hips. Right?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Okay. So I want you to relax.
Okay.
Okay. I would like you to take a couple of practice swings using that same motion. Okay.
Was that?
No, it wasn't. Okay, hold on. Don't swing yet. Put your weight evenly distributed on both feet.
Okay.
Good. Okay. There you go.
Okay.
How did that feel?
Yeah, I have to get used to it. This is
Sure.
good.
It's going to be practicing, right?
Yeah.
Great.
Okay.
How comfortable does that feel?
That felt good. I mean, it really, I felt like I was doing something.
Good. Okay, so you're creating that extra little power, right? Okay. Now, without thinking about it, I don't want you to think about it, right?
I'll try.
Don't swing just yet. I want you to settle to it. Knees slightly bent, bum out, and let's put your weight evenly on both feet, okay? And whenever you're ready, let's make that swing. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so where on the club face do you think you feel you hit the
I
ball?
think I hit it somewhere wrong.
Okay.
It didn't sound right. It didn't. I knew it wasn't.
Okay.
Certainly wasn't
So now you have to consider the timing because we tend to be anxious to hit the ball. So I'd like for you to just not be so concerned about doing this action as it is just literally swing the club. Kind of keep your right elbow tucked at your side. Everything should come through at the same time. Okay? So let's put the weight on both feet. I want you to relax. Okay?
I topped it.
Okay. So again, you're just kind of rushing to hit the ball.
Yeah.
If you hit it correctly, you're going to have plenty time to see where the ball goes. Don't be in a big rush to look up. Okay? Put your weight on both feet. There you
You can
go.
tell I'm not doing it.
That's okay.
Okay.
That's okay. That's why you're here, right?
All right.
What do you think?
Yeah, I like it.
You liked it because it felt good?
Yeah, it might not have gone so far, but it was good.
Okay. You don't feel it went further than 100 yards?
I have no idea.
Okay. Well, the 100-yard mark is that white stake with the red stripes on it to the left.
So it did go a little bit beyond that, didn't it?
Yes, ma'am. Good. So just with 2 swings, you're already increasing your distance just by a little wider stance.
Right. Okay.
Okay?
For balance.
Correct.
That. I like that.
And you're driving that right hip into
Right.
it.
That's great.
Yeah.
Those are good tips.
Yeah.
Those are real good.
Okay, so let's put your weight evenly.
I'm gonna hear your voice saying that.
Good.
That's a good thing.
Good.
That's a good thing.
Okay? Weight evenly.
Okay.
There you go. Good. Excellent. Now we're going to put a ball in front of you. If you will hold on just one moment, I'm going to stand behind you to take a look at you. Whenever you're ready.
Well, I got up.
Yes, ma'am. You've got it up. So,
I do jerk I do jerk to see where it's going.
okay, so
I felt that then.
Okay, so let me offer you a little bit of advice.
Okay.
I'm no different from you. I want to see where the ball goes to, even for as long as I'm playing. So a little bit of advice I would recommend is that, again, once you hit the ball consistently there's going to be plenty of time to watch it. So I will literally watch the ground where the ball was. If you'll move that for just one moment, just that. So what I do is after I hit the ball, I literally will keep my eye on the ground as where the ball was, and then come up and look for it. I don't have to jerk up. Or most tendencies are, as you bring the club down, you're starting to look to see where it goes when you haven't even made contact with it yet. So when you say that you hit it up here or up here, it doesn't feel right, it's because the club's not making solid contact with the ball. So all I literally do is take a split second after swinging the club, then look up, and then come around. Okay?
Make sure I see it hit the ball.
Sure, absolutely. And then you want to see on the ground where the ball was. Relax. I need you to relax.
Oh gosh.
That's okay. It's called a practice swing.
Yeah. I jerked up too fast, but it went good. That was really good.
Holy smokes!
I mean, if I could do that, I'd be happy.
So the trick is consistency, right? Another recommendation I'd make to you is take you a practice swing or two before you make the final contact with the ball. For instance, I will come back here, I'll have my target. This is where I think about what I need to do to make a consistent swing. Finding my target, making sure everything comes through at the same time. Okay? Then if you'll step right over here, if this is my ball teed up, I will take a couple of practice swings. The most important thing is I want my practice swing to match the swing I'm actually going to make. So I don't want to step up to make a practice swing in which I do this, because that's not what I'm going to swing the club like when I make contact, right? I'm just going to match it. Once it feels good, then I step up to the ball. No more thinking. No, ma'am, you're not. No more thinking. I don't want to think about things I want to do. I've already thought about that back here. All I'm going to do is relax and make that same swing as if I did in my practice swings. Okay? So, if you will, imagine you're taking just a couple of practice swings, but you're going to practice everything. A little wider stance. Good. Weight evenly on both feet. Relax. Okay. How'd that feel?
That wasn't right.
Okay, so take you another practice swing.
That was better because I kept my...
Okay, good. So,
That would be what I'd go with.
okay.
That way.
Okay,
I can feel it when it's wrong.
okay, that's good.
Other than hitting. from
That's okay.
dirt.
Would you agree that it felt better? Okay. Okay, so now we're ready to hit the ball, right?
Okay.
All right, so no thoughts in your head.
Totally out.
Totally out.
Okay. Okay. And I still looked up too soon.
Okay, good. All right. Okay, so let me ask you this. You said you'd love to go dancing, right? Okay, so you don't, when you go dancing, you don't just jump out and do the dance, right? I mean, you have to,
You just know. You know, I mean, muscle memory at that time.
exactly. So we need to create that muscle memory. How do we create that muscle memory?
Keep doing it.
Practice.
Repetition.
Exactly, repetition,
Right.
practice. So when you go out dancing, you just automatically know. You just mentioned that. You automatically know. So we need to practice that motion. Okay? All right. Okay? Good. Good. You fixed it.
Now, I was happy with that.
How would you rate that on a scale of 1 to 5?
5.
Holy smokes. Now, would you agree if going with your original goal of creating 50 yards, you wouldn't have achieved it today?
No.
But you increased it at least 10 to 15
And
yards
I'd be
already.
proud of that.
You
I'd be
would be.
proud of that.
And by achieving this, by creating a little bit more distance, what's it going to help in your future game?
Well, it should get me closer to the green. I mean, this is the thing. I spend so much time on the fairway that by the time I get to the putts, even if I got a good putt, I've wasted my shots.
Okay.
I'm trying to get to the green, you know,
And less strokes,
the less strokes.
because you're creating more distance.
So this should really work with irons as well.
Yes, ma'am.
It's just,
Yes, ma'am. The beauty about this swing is that it applies to every club in your bag if you're taking a full swing.
all right, so I've got to keep watching where the ball was
Okay?
after I hit it.
Okay?
For balance, do this.
Wonderful.
Put my foot out a little bit
Wonderful.
and keep even, keep my weight evenly distributed,
Excellent.
and then put my hip roll.
Okay. And then how would you create some more muscle in your forearms?
I'm gonna lift weights while I'm watching TV.
There you go. There you
Okay,
go.
that's really good.
Okay? If you have the opportunity and someone is with you as you're practicing, have them hold the club so that you can see what it's like to get that feeling of having the resistance here,
Uh-huh,
and you can drive that hip into it.
yeah.
Wonderful.
Well, even just doing that would be good practice by myself.
Absolutely. Would you say we've achieved your goal today?
Yes, you've done real well.
Oh, thank
Yeah.
you. If there's anything else I can do, please let me know. I've enjoyed this immensely.
Well, I did too.
All right? You're going to be great. You're going to be great.
Right.